Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for teen. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, so for the first card, this is Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moons, and Scorpio Risings. We have the Two of Swords in the reversed position. So it looks like you guys have recently made a choice. You were probably at one point having some indecision in regards to making a choice, but you have now come through the indecision and you have made the choice. You made the choice that you felt was best for you. A lot of times when we make this choice, it tends to be one of an emotional nature, because we see the water in the background. This is symbolic of our emotions. So the choice tends to be one that is emotional, or one that can make us emotional. So the choice was made. So we clarify, and we have the Knight of Wands. So this is an amazing card. I love this card. So this is a card where it brings changes. But any change that the Knight of Wands ushers in, these changes will always be positive. Sometimes this can bring us opportunities. They could be job opportunities. They could be an opportunity to go on a journey or to go on an adventure. Sometimes this can be about us changing residences. Sometimes we might decide to go traveling and then decide, hey, I want to move here. Sometimes we decide to move for a job opportunity. Regardless of what the change is, just know that these changes are positive and they are beneficial. This is the type of person that does things in a very big way. They're very, very generous. So for some of you, this could be somebody that actually comes into your life and offers you these opportunities. Sometimes these opportunities can be very unexpected. Sometimes there can be a bit of shock, but hey, these are good opportunities, so I welcome them. Okay, so this would be the circumstances. So we have Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So anytime I see an ace in the reverse position, this to me indicates that there is a block that is preventing us from progressing with our new start, okay? And anytime we have the Ace of Wands, when it's upright, it's like a thumbs up. When it's in the reverse, it's kind of like a thumbs down. So sometimes this can be us starting something new, and at first we might be enthusiastic about it. We might be passionate about it. But then all of a sudden that passion seems to burn out when this is in the reverse. But what you should know is that this wand can easily be reignited, and we can bring this Ace of Wands to the upright position very easily. But we must pinpoint what is blocking us, okay? So, is this a start that you were truly passionate about? Is this something that you really want to do? Is there something that we might be missing? Is there something that we did wrong? Is this a false start? So we clarify, and we have the Six of Cups, which is the Sun and Scorpio card. So the Six of Cups is always a card of our past. It's a card of us looking back and perhaps even feeling a bit nostalgic. Looking back on the good memories associated with our childhood. Or we could be looking back upon memories maybe in regards to a sibling, a cousin, a childhood friend, maybe even an old flame, an old lover from maybe high school or something. But typically, this has got something to do with someone that has ties to our past. Now, typically with this card, this can bring us an opportunity where someone from our past brings us an opportunity of some sort. So maybe this new start was an opportunity that was brought forward to you by someone that has ties to your past. Sometimes this can be someone who actually has ties to your past, or sometimes this can be someone that perhaps maybe you just met them, but then you find out that they went to, say, maybe the same high school that you went to, or lived in your hometown. But there is always a connection to our past in some way, shape, or form. And so it seems to me that this opportunity, this new start, was definitely due to someone that has connections to our past. But again, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, there is a block. So we need to figure out what this block is and why. Is this something we really want? Is this the way we really want to go? Are we truly passionate about this? Only you guys are going to know the answers to these. Okay, so this would be the focus. So we have the Strength card. So it's in the upright position. This is the best way. So this is a card. Scorpios, we are very, very strong. We have great inner strength. Just like the Phoenix, every time we go through a rebirth, we rise up and we are even stronger than all the previous times. We just keep getting stronger. So this is definitely a card of being cool, calm, collected, relying on that inner strength. And this is also a card indicating that if you are trying to make a point to someone in your life, you can do so in a loving and compassionate way. We don't have to force it upon others. Sometimes they not receive it, but we just need to maintain having this strength. And the another side to this is we are in control. So the woman is on top, the lion, which is our fear, is on the bottom of the card. So this is a woman or a man, shall we say. Can be either way. We are in control. We are not allowing fear to get the upper hand on us. Okay, so this is clarified by the of Cups in the reverse position. So some of you could be dealing with family problems, relationship problems, marriage problems, home problems, personal contentment. Sometimes maybe that's something we want. We want this happily ever after. And maybe for some of us, maybe we feel like we've just been denied it, or like it's just not come to us. For some of you, especially those that are, in relationships or married already, this can definitely indicate that there are some trying times that you're going through in regards to your relationship, your marriage, your family life, your home life. When this card is in the reverse, this can definitely indicate that, things are not so great, in the home life, the personal life. Sometimes this can indicate that there could actually be some issues, something wrong that goes on within your home. Something might break and need repaired. Now, if something does break and need repair, it's going to have something to do with water, okay? This could be different things. This could be plumbing pipes. This could be a water heater. This could be a water softener, a well pump, um, a washing machine. I mean, there are so many different things. A dishwasher, there are so many different items within our home that, utilize water. Like, actually, my furnace broke down quite a few months back, and this card still resonates with me because I know that the reason why my furnace is not working is because somehow water got into it. It's crazy. Now, this card can also indicate acts of God. So this can indicate flooding. So some of you could be experiencing some issues with flooding. It could be a natural act of God. For some of you, this could be like a flooded basement. Maybe your sump pump might go out. I mean, a pipe might break, flooding. But we can also look at it as like symbolic of our emotions as well. There could be a flood of emotions. But through all of these issues that we be experiencing, things can be, we might be feeling dissatisfied. We don't have the contentment that we seek within our family life, our home life, our personal life. But, we need to maintain strength through this, okay? Rely on that inner strength. We are strong. Very, very, very strong, okay? We can make it through anything. This too will pass, okay? It will. Now, on occasion, this can actually indicate structural type issues to the home. That'll resonate with, just a couple of you, but sometimes this can indicate an issue that is structural. So if you're having like a home built, you definitely need to be careful. I would definitely get a few different architects' opinions. Let's make sure that the home is not built upon a ill-built foundation, okay? But no matter what the situation is, stay strong, okay? We can make it. For some of you that are single, maybe you want to be in a relationship. You want to have a family. You want to have this glorious contentment in home life. And maybe you feel you don't have it. But this card is saying you need to remain strong. It'll happen when it's meant to. Okay, so this would be your recent past. So we have the Five of Coins in reverse. So this is very good in the reverse position. This indicates that, we're having good luck. We have had a bout of bad luck, but it is now turned in our favor, and now things are working out for us. A lot of times when this card comes up, we'd be able to find a job, or, job opportunities can come our way, or opportunities to make some extra cash can come our way. But no matter what it is, things are definitely getting better. This is a card of trying times when it's in the upright position. It's also a card of feeling like you're put out in the cold, so to speak. But with it being in the reverse, we are no longer out in the cold. So we are back in the house with the warm fireplace. Things are better. Things are improving day by day. Okay, so it's clarified by the Five of Wands in the reverse position. So yeah, this would definitely indicate that at one point you had been dealing with some confusion, some struggles, and probably some conflicts. This is a card of conflicts. I mean, if we look at this card in the upright position, these men are just going at it with each other. And honestly, they don't even know why. It's like one conflict leads in 100 more, and then they're all scratching their head like, gee, why did we ever start fighting, So, now that this card is in the reverse position like so, we are able to sit down, constructively work through our issues and our problems. And sometimes this can indicate that perhaps there could be a mediator that comes in and helps. Sometimes we just get to that point where we are just so sick and tired of arguing. We're like, look, let's sit down and act like adults. Let's talk this through. But overall, this definitely indicates an end to the confusion, the struggling, the conflicts. So we are able to have some breathing room again. And sometimes opportunities can arise from this as well. Sometimes the conflict can lead to an opportunity once we solve the conflict. That'll resonate with a few of you. Okay, so this card is the present, the here, the now energy. We have the Lover's card. So for some of you, this will be wonderful. This is a card of a relationship. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. More times than not it is, but this could be about a relationship, romantic or platonic. Some of you could be focused on wanting a relationship. So some of you could be really focused on, I want to be in a relationship, when is this going to happen? For some of you, you could already be in a relationship. Some of you could have just recently gotten into a relationship. But I love the Lover's card. This is a card where we are literally being blessed by the angels. So, yeah, this card can definitely bring the possibility of a new romance your way. Sometimes this can be indicating a new direction for the heart. But again, with the angels, we are getting inspiration from above, So that part is very, very beautiful. Now, this can also indicate harmony, with people around you in general. This could be family, personal relations, that are important to you. But this is ultimately about relationships with people in your life, and they are balanced. Now, this card is always about us having choices as well. So sometimes, we're making choices regarding a situation, with love. Maybe we might be making a choice about getting into a relationship. We're going a different way. Maybe we decide we want something different. But no matter what, this is about learning the ways of the heart and having an open heart with those around us and being balanced. Very positive. Cooperation, yes, cooperation. Oh, well, now isn't that beautiful? Okay. So from circumstances, the Ace of Wands went from reverse to the present, and it is now in the upright position. So for some of you, maybe that is the new direction, the opportunity. Maybe it came from a lover, or maybe it came from, a family member, a close childhood friend. But this is very, very positive. So this is us getting our start. For some of you, this can indicate definitely the start of a relationship. Romantic. For some of you, this can be a new direction for us to go in regards to our heart, and we are able to be balanced and cooperating. Things are good. Now, a lot of times when we have the Lover's card, this could be someone that, we could be really, really close with, have a good, a special type of bond with. It doesn't, it could be a purely platonic relationship. It could be a friendship for some of you, because not every Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign wants to be in a relationship. So But whatever it is, this is very, very positive. So within this new direction that you get with the Ace of Wands, with the Lover's card, it brings cooperation and balance. So that is beautiful. Okay, so this would be the near future. We have the Nine of Coins. This is fantastic for finances. So this is a card of being financially sufficient, financially independent. A lot of times this is a card of being single as well, but it doesn't have to be. Some of you are single and some of you are not. But overall, this is about us being financially self-sufficient and independent. We are making good investments. We are seeing a good return on investments that we might have made. But no matter what, this is a card of money coming in, us building that financial security, the self-sufficiency. These are the themes. Now, sometimes this card can be associated with self-employed people. So if you're self-employed, this is a very positive card. This definitely shows those finances flowing in. So that's very, very good. But either way, for all of us that don't have businesses, this is very positive in regards to money. Oh, and would you look at that? It's clarified by the Strength card. Stay strong, because things are going to get better. When we stay in the driving seat behind the steering wheel rather than fear, we can find our financial independence. We can make good investments. We can become independent financially. And we just got to rely on that strength. Just know that you can do it. We have tremendous inner strength. Let me tell you, you guys already know. So we can do whatever we really truly put our mind to, and it's looking great. Okay, so this is the card position of your attitude. So we have the Ten of Cups in the upright position. So this definitely shows that a lot of you are focused. Your attitude is focused upon that family happiness, that happily ever after. You're focused on your relationship, your marriage, your home life, your children. For some of you, this could be desiring to have this happily ever after, this contentment. So, contentment, family happiness, personal happiness, this is what is at the front of our minds right now. Oh, that's nice. So we have the Page of Cups to clarify. So the Page of Cups can bring us messages regarding romance. So for some of you, this is definitely indicating that a relationship is going to be starting. Most definitely. For some of you, you're already in relationships. And for those of you who are, not in relationships and maybe you don't want to be, then the Page of Cups comes to be encouraging. The Page of Cups is someone who wants to offer help to you. And they do this because they genuinely care about you. And they want to help you and encourage you. So no matter how you look at it, this is messages of romance or encouraging help being offered. So this is beautiful. Okay, so this is how other people will see you. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reversed position. So the Eight of Wands is about how we're going after a particular goal that we have. We want to achieve a goal. We want to achieve maybe a lifelong dream we've had. Sometimes this can indicate a love interest that we want to be with. Now, when it's in the reverse position, we are experiencing frustrations and delays that are just very, very infuriating. A lot of times anger can come up with this card because we are just so frustrated at the delays that we're experiencing. And you really need to take a step back so that you can look at things objectively. Because there's a reason that things are being delayed, okay? And if we can step back and look at things from an objective point of view, we will be able to pinpoint exactly what it is that's causing things to be delayed. And then we can simply tweak it and we could be moving forward in no time. So if that resonates with you and you are feeling very frustrated by delays, then you need to know, you need to step back and look at the situation from an objective point of view. And once you do that, you will be able to pinpoint exactly what it is that is causing you the delays, what is blocking you. You'll be able to see it, and then you can tweak it, and we'll be moving forward in no time. Okay, so it's clarified by the Queen of Cups. I typically associate her as Scorpio, but, you know, we can also associate her as Cancer and Pisces too. Okay. So, the Queen of Cups, she feels. She is all about feeling. She wants to know what is at the root of the situation. Why? She wants to know the why. She wants to go for the roots of things. Very much like Scorpio. So, this woman also tends to think and rely more on her intuition rather than her logic and intellect. But she is very much a nurturing type of person. Now, for some of you, this could be just representing your overall energy, so this can be male or female. Now, for some of you, this could be indicating an actual person that's in your life. And again, this could be male or female. Sometimes when we see the Queen, King, Knight, it can be a common misconception to assume that it's just automatically going to be a woman since we see Queen. Sometimes this can just be about our overall energy in general. And to me, this feels more like our own energy. For most of us, anyhow. I feel like that for most of us, this is our own energy, where we need to stay calm. Or go ahead and use our natural abilities to want to see what is at the root, what is at the crux of a situation, so that you can step back and look at things objectively. Now we got to get out of our feelings momentarily to do that. But perhaps some of us already know intuitively exactly what is causing the frustrating delays and the blockage. Okay, so this is our hopes or fears position. So we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, she is our intuition. She's our inner voice, that gut feeling. She's always one that is listening to her intuition. She does not ignore it. Now, a lot of times with the High Priestess, we have a situation in which can be mysterious. There could be more than meets the eye. But, our intuition, our subconscious mind has all the answers we could ever need. So a lot of times she pops up to be like, hey, you already know the answers to your questions. You just need to go in and be still and listen. Okay, so it's clarified by the Two of Coins. So this is about us juggling things. We'd be juggling finances. We'd be juggling work. Some of us have multiple jobs. Some of us might be juggling, our job and financial situations, maybe with some home stress, family stress, relationship stress. But overall, we do this in a fantastic fashion. We're keeping up. But again, this is just hopes or fears, and so this definitely seems hopeful, both cards. So we will put that in the hope category. Okay, so this would be the final outcome. So we have the Four of Wands. So this is a card of celebrating. This is a card of prosperity and happiness, especially happiness that surrounds the home, happiness that surrounds a relationship. This could be a romantic relationship, or this could be friendships. Sometimes this card can indicate a marriage for some. For some, this can just be about having that happy home life, having a reason to celebrate, or just in general feeling happy. For some of you, this might be about a move to a much happier home. For some of you, you will have a reason to celebrate. You might have a party. You might have a reunion of sorts. But overall, this is a card of being grateful and thankful and happy for the conditions that are occurring in your life. Okay, and it's clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse. So, for those of you who are experiencing a delay in regards to your home life, your personal life, or something that has to do with your actual home, just know that it won't do us any good to be angry, but these delays do tend to make us feel very angry and frustrated. But when that happens, you need to take a step back and look at things objectively, because then we'll be able to pinpoint exactly what is wrong and what is preventing us from being able to move forward. And for a few of you, this could indicate that perhaps maybe someone that you've been with, say romantically, maybe there could be some trouble within that relationship. That'll resonate with a few of you. But this is happiness and prosperity. So we do not have to stay mad and frustrated and experiencing delays. We have free will. So by using our free will, we can take a step back, look at things objectively, and tweak the plan, and that could set things forward and in motion the way we want them to. Okay, so for the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So this woman, she is very analytical. She can be like an excellent teacher, a lawyer, a counselor. She's a very keen type of observer of people. Like, she has excellent recall of events as well. Like, she has a great sharp mind. She's a good listener. She analyzes. She's got logic and reasoning abilities. She can be a very good public speaker or even an organizer. Leadership qualities, most definitely. She can also keep her emotions in check. Sometimes people tend to think, gee, does she have any emotions? Well, she does. She's just really good at keeping them in check, and only those closest to her will be able to get to see those emotions. Kind of like Aquarius. Now, this is a card that is very much about the truth. Okay? This is a woman, a very, very strong character. She has been through a lot in her life. She bears her sorrows well. She knows how to handle loss because she's experienced it much herself. So she knows how to deal with it. Sometimes this can be someone who's actually a psychologist. So you guys could potentially be dealing with someone who is a bit like this. Or we could be dealing with the overall energy. And like I said, this is definitely a woman who is quick to address an issue, and she's definitely direct. She's all about honesty, okay? Because you can look at that sword. That sword represents honesty right here, okay? Sometimes the truth hurts, but honest nonetheless. Okay, so this is beautiful. So it is clarified by the Empress. So the Empress can be indicating an actual birth of a child, perhaps maybe in your family, maybe with you. Or we could be talking about the birth of maybe a new project, a new idea. This could be different things. Now, the Empress always brings us a harvest, and it's a very good harvest. So, if it's love that you're after and you're focused on, then you will find love in much abundance. If it is financial security that you're after, then you will find that in abundance as well when you see this card. This is also a card of having supportive, nurturing women in your life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be women, but it can be. It can be a man as well, because in this day and age we do have nurturing men. Now, this card can also be speaking about your mother as well, so that'll resonate with some of you and some of you it won't. But overall, that's very, very good, because with the Empress showing up in the upright position, this definitely shows that things will go in our favor. Okay, I have our Love Oracle cards here. And then I have some other cards here. They are called the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Now, with these particular cards, they are put into the context of a positive affirmation. Now, I know the tarot like the back of my hand. I've been doing it for over years. But to put the cards all in positive affirmations, that's a bit different for me. So I will be reading from the book. So I'm going to work on... Oh, excuse me. Okay, I apologize for that background noise. That was a phone ringing. Wow. There's been a lot of background noise on this. I am so sorry. Okay. Now again, yeah, I'm going to work on memorizing all of this, but for now I'm going to read from the book. Definitely let me know if you guys like this or not. I'm just trying to bring some extra positivity in. So these are definitely put in the context of positive affirmations. So for some of you, you might like a certain one in general, and maybe you might want to write it down and say the affirmation daily, or even a few times a day. Okay, so for the first one, we have 3 of Air. Now, this particular card is very, very significant to Scorpio energy, especially Scorpio moon. Actually, as I was laying the cards out for this reading, and the first card that fell out for Scorpio was this card, the Three of Air. I instantly had to go hop on Facebook and post this in a Scorpio moon group, like, hey. Because this has got to do with rejection issues, especially with relationships. So I really like the message of this here. So the Three of Air, silver linings, natural departures, rejection is God's protection. A third party helps me to see the truth of this situation. What is truly mine can never be withheld from me. Rejection is Spirit's protection. It is in my best interest to let go and allow for something better to take its place. It is my highest good to see the truth regardless of my own temporary discomfort. This too shall pass. Okay, so for the next card, we have the Five of Fire. Creative brainstorming, unity in diversity, honoring differences. I have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden. I'm open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they might offer. Now, for the next card, this is Four of Fire. This is actually the same as Four of Wands, the final outcome. So, Four of Fire. A new creative phase, celebration, pleasure, and harmony in relationships. Dancers have partners, singers have musicians helping them create sweet music. And I find others who are in sync with me and my desires. It's a time for celebrating friendship and all that others bring to life. A time for revelry and relishing in the pleasures of being in good company. Making magic together with others is the focus at this time. So our final card is the Queen of Fire. I love this card. Creative collaborations, soul connections, passion inspired by spirit, an artist. I am capable of strong friendships that inspire me and encourage me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with others, dedicated to a vision of achieving the highest good of all. How might I join in the dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passions? So, let me know what you guys think. Do you like adding this positive affirmation spin on it, just shaking things up a bit, wanted to try to bring something a little bit positive to the table, that way we have something to take away from this. And all of these messages definitely resonate with this reading, but this one in particular, I don't know, maybe it's me in a Scorpio moon. But this one, the Three of Air, this spoke to me in a huge way. Because rejection really is Spirit's protection. Although we don't always understand this or see this when we're going through getting rejected. But it really is. It prevents us from investing any more of ourselves. Because honestly, that's not the right person for us. And anything that is truly ours truly could not be taken away or withheld. So, for those of you who resonate with that and you feel like you have been rejected a lot, just know that this is the universe, this is Spirit, this is God saying, I have something much better for you. So let it go. Okay. Love Oracle cards. So this will be for the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are single. Ooh, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay, so definitely looks like a lover from the past could be returning. So it's definitely up to you. Do you want to re-spark that? Do you want to ignite the flame again? Or do we want to pass? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, I'm feeling like this definitely goes with that one. Is it safe for you to love? Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So this definitely speaks of us being distrustful, and a lot of times this happens because we've been hurt. And so we're very guarded. And for some of us, we can fear loving because if we let someone into our heart, are we going to get hurt again? But you see, this is one of the main purposes of living life, at least according to my own school of thought. I mean, we are here to learn, to live, and to love. So I say we should always try to give love a chance. It's better to have loved and lost than to have not loved at all. But to each his own. We all have free will. But I feel like some of you are definitely going through that type of energy. Like, do I even really want to get invested into a relationship? So some of you just may not want to be in a relationship, and you may be looking at it like, I'm not sure I want to bring that wall down. I don't want to let somebody in right now. And that is your right. I just say let's eventually try to heal and allow that love to come in. Okay. So these are for the Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are married or in a relationship. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So this doesn't always mean like separation, like we're getting a divorce, we're breaking up. It can, okay? But sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe our significant other or our spouse could literally be separated from us due to circumstances that are beyond their control. Perhaps maybe they have family obligations in, another state that they have to go deal with. Maybe their job takes them out of state. And so we could be dealing with some separation and perhaps maybe even some separation anxiety from our significant other or our spouse. Now, for some of you, this can indicate a literal separation. Sometimes this can be permanent. Sometimes this can be something that is just temporary, taking a temporary break to cool off and see if it's something we want to continue pursuing. You'll know which one resonates with you. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and that's an absolute truth. In a lot of situations, especially relationships for us, we need to have faith. And a lot of times with this particular card, especially, fear can creep in. And the fear brings drama. So we definitely don't want to be fearing anything because we don't want to bring any more drama to us. So trust and just have faith that everything is working out as it's supposed to. We need to have faith. Don't lose your faith. Don't lose your hope. Okay, and for the last one, we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, so for some of you, this could be indicating that you need to free yourself of a certain relationship. Now, for some of you, this could be indicating that you need to free yourself of maybe some self-limiting beliefs about your relationship. Maybe you need to free yourself from the fear. But most of all, we need to take back control of our life. So, whatever that means for you and your relationship, you need to take back control of your life. Okay, I hope this helps you guys. I love you guys, and I will speak to you next month. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.